Before we begin, imagine architecture not only as shape, style, or beautiful space, but as a careful negotiation between people, climate, materials, structure, comfort, energy, and performance. A building is never just an object. It is a living technical system that must shelter the body, respond to place, use resources wisely, and still create an experience that feels meaningful. Design tech, building science for architects, is valuable because it connects technical knowledge directly to design thinking. It does not treat structures, materials, envelopes, mechanical systems, lighting, acoustics, and sustainability as separate engineering problems added later. Instead, it shows how these forces can guide the design from the beginning. This book reminds us that good architecture starts with values: comfort, health, durability, efficiency, beauty, and responsibility toward the environment. It asks architects to understand the science behind their choices without losing the creative purpose of design. In this presentation, we will look at the book as a practical bridge between studio imagination and building reality. We will ask how technical decisions shape form, how climate shapes strategy, how materials carry meaning, and how performance can become part of architectural quality.
Hi, dear friends. Today's topic is design tech and a subtitle, Building Science for Architects. Actually, it is technical, but adjusted for architects. And it is architecture is I'm software engineer since 2005. Now it's 2026. But actually, I've also studied architecture for some semester. That's why I know a little bit about it, and I know what I'm talking about. And okay, there are several authors: Jason Alread, Thomas Leslie, and Rob Whitehead. The publisher Routledge, and Taylor and Francis Group, 2025. The book is very fresh. First of all, I want to thank Routledge. Anyway, I've get their allowance to use their books as a for my presentation as a book inside in my website or YouTube channel, both the same. And I want to thank them and thank for providing me with recession example, material, but showing inside some of the pages from inside of the book. I'm not sure, because this is my first approach to them, and let's see, after 4 or 5 books which I get from them, then I would ask them if they allow me to show some pages from inside. I name them visual evidence. For me is very important because it helps the viewer, watcher to get more insight about the book, feeling about how does it look like content. But until then, I would rather not show them. Maybe in next series of books from Routledge, CRC, Press, and so on. If they allow me, I would surely use them. Okay, let us begin the journey. First thing first, background images are from me, not from the book. Second, at the end, 1 minute, I will show you my website, but you can watch the video from my website or YouTube channel. Website has much more possibility than YouTube. But at the end, let us begin. First, 2 educational or 3 or 4 educational slides. It is a little bit refreshing your mind, and some abbreviation which I recommend you anyway. Pause and learn. Building science is not a punishment added to design after the beautiful idea has been drawn. In this book, technology is treated as design intelligence, comfort, climate, material behavior, structure, enclosure, services, acoustics, light, and energy performance all influence the architectural idea from the beginning. The viewer should understand one central message before the book analysis starts. Better buildings are not made by separating design from technology, but but by integrating them with purpose. These terms prepare the viewer for the language of the book. HVAC and MEP describe environmental and service system. WRB means weather resistive barrier. R value concerns thermal resistance. MRT, dry bulb temperature and relative humidity help explain comfort. Passive house and net zero point toward high performance building strategies. These are not just technical words, they are tools for reading how a building performs. Here and the next slide are for you. Just pause the video and read them. It is useful. I can also provide them as an maybe a screenshot or as a PDF in the reference as a material in the website. But anyway, you can pause and read them. This is also the second one. Pause and read them. Maybe they are beautiful, maybe are interesting for you and useful. Okay, from here start the original book. Design tech is best understood as a studio companion for building science. It is not a narrow engineering handbook, and it is not only a reference manual. Its value is that it helps architecture students understand what they need to know before speaking with engineers, contractors, consultants, and code reviewers. The book is strongest when it treats technical knowledge as something that can shape form, comfort, and durability, and beauty. Its limitation is also clear. Readers who need calculation depth will need specialist engineering texts beside it. The structure is one of the major strengths of this edition. The book follows the development of a design project rather than presenting technology as unrelated facts. It begins with values, people, place, and material, then moves into schematic planning, structure, circulation, enclosure, system detailing, and high performance strategies. The important message is that sustainability is not a checklist added to the end. It is a value system that should guide decisions from the first diagram. The early human comfort chapters are useful because they begin with bodies. Architecture must fit human movement, reach, sight, sitting, walking, working, and accessibility. The book also makes a valuable point that plans are not enough because nobody experiences a building as a plan. Sections, interior elevations, perspectives, and details reveal the body inside the space. The comfort discussion is equally important. Air temperature alone does not define comfort. Activity, clothing, air movement, humidity, surface temperature, sun, shade, and radiant heat all matter. The place chapter is strong because it warns against rushing to form. Site analysis is not decoration. It reveals forces that can guide massing, orientation, envelope strategy, water control, wind response, and energy use. The book teaches that regional climate and local microclimate must both be read carefully. Passive ventilation, daylighting, shading, thermal mass, and vegetation are powerful, but the book remains practical. Most contemporary buildings need intelligent cooperation between passive and active systems. The material chapter is valuable because it refuses to treat material as a late finished choice. Material decisions affect structure, durability, sustainability, cost, constructability, maintenance, and atmosphere. The book is strongest when it reminds readers that every material carries rules. Timber, masonry, metal, glass, concrete, and composites do not behave the same way. A good designer does not force every material into the same logic. The design learns from the material. This part of the book is valuable because it shows that early diagrams are not innocent. A bubble diagram, area, schedule, party, or zoning decision can affect structural logic, daylight circulation, accessibility, envelope area, and service distribution. The environmental section then makes wind and sun visible. Orientation, massing, sections, openings, and shading are not secondary. They are part of the initial architectural structure. This is a strong studio lesson. Early planning creates later technical consequences. The structural chapters are one of the strongest parts for design education because they present structure as visible logic. Load collectors, load grounders, and stabilizers help readers understand how forces move. This makes a structure less intimidating and more useful for form making. A designer does not need to size every member, but must understand how a scheme will stand and how force flow shapes spatial order. The envelope and detailing chapters belong together because the building scheme is both architectural image and technical defense. It must manage rain, air leakage, vapor, thermal transfer, structural support, movement, durability, and expression. The detailed discussion gives a practical lesson. If a detail is difficult to draw clearly, it may be difficult to build. Good details separate roles, give each component space, respect sequence, and protect the building over time. The MEP and sensory chapters remind readers that building systems are spatial. Ducts, pipes, wiring, equipment, panels, acoustic surfaces, lighting, and sailing zones all need room. This is one of the most practical messages in the book. If students ignore systems until late, the design becomes congested. If they integrate them early, the building can be more coherent, comfortable, and buildable. The sensory material is equally useful because sound and light are experienced directly by occupants. The final slide should show that building performance is not invisible. Air tightness, continuous insulation, high performance windows, passive solar design, photovoltaic arrays, and storm water systems can shape architecture itself. The best message from the book is that performance and design do not need to be enemies. When integrated carefully, technical systems can become the architectural identity of a project. This is a strong closing point for a book about building science for architecture. My final judgment is positive. The book has many valuable images also. I cannot show you, unfortunately, but believe me, the book is valuable. And I think with my information you have gotten a little bit about what is going on in this book, and I hope it was helpful for your to understand if the book resonates your need. And if you have improvement suggestions, please leave comment in my YouTube channel. It helps me to improve my quality for next books. And if you value my effort, tremendous amount of time that I invest for every book, I would be happy to see you like, comment, and subscribe. I need much more subscribe to help our community of book lover grows further and further. As I promised, you can find my website. Let's see one video. For example, let's see one architectural subject here. For example, house and cars. First of all, this is in you can set the language on the top, English or Germany. I've presented at the present books from German language books and English. Please register. It is free. 2 minutes you are registered. See the first video in the help. It helps you orient yourself. And if let's see you are watching this video, for example, from my website, from my YouTube channel. Under description more, click on the lengthy path, go directly to the corresponding book in my website, and you have here video, audio, transcript, if it is allowed to use some resources here, some resources of the book, and so on, and much more. Believe me, in the future I would also add tutorials, explainer from my side, because I'm software engineer, but I know a little bit about architecture, a little bit of military, a different subject I would give in tutorial and explainer there. But now at present, for you maybe interest of your central interest library, because it is full of books and so on. Please watch the video, register, and it is free. Thanks for your time. Until next book inside. Bye bye.